I put 3 beginners into the toughest State of Decay challenge there is.
Oh, there's another kit fell! Dodge, Matty!
This is No Man's Land. When it's locked to lethal zone, there are 72 hearts, and all of which are black hearts. And so far I've taken down a decent chunk of Meager Valley, but today I've recruited some serious cannon fodder, friends. I brought some friends along for the ride.
What the bloody hell's going on out here?
Meet the ultimate Numpties. No, that's not an insult, that's their channel name. But by the end of this video, you'll probably agree they're appropriately named. All of their socials are linked in the description. They make YouTube content, TikTok, stream on Twitch. Go show the boys some love, a cracking bunch of lads. But for now, we start with me giving a rousing speech to G up the troops.
This is not going to be easy to you, I'm not going to lie.
Yes, sir.
Quite possibly the toughest challenge of State of Decay, and considering one of you have only played the standard mode for 10 minutes, some of you may die, but that is a sacrifice I am willing to make.
Sir Jay, can I just rally the troops ever so slightly? Can I make a speech?
Go for it.
Joe takes his place and gives his own version of a rousing speech.
You know what we've been through on Helldivers. What do we fight for, Terry?
Goth titties.
Damn fucking straight we fight for goth titties. Maddie, how many times have you played this game today?
Once.
Alright, good enough. Now listen here,
Yeah.
Jay may have said this is going to be the hardest challenge of probably your life. But we all know the hardest challenge of your lives right now is to get an erection at the age of almost 30. Am I wrong?
I don't struggle with that.
Yeah. You guys don't struggle?
Yeah.
No.
With that, we head out in the middle of the night, but please let me know whose speech was better in the comment section. Was it my willingness for human sacrifice all in the name of half-decent content, or Joe's ramblings about stiffies and titties? I decided it would be best to start off small and easy with a simple fuel delivery mission. What could go wrong with that? Well, it turns out a considerable amount.
I'm scared. This one's trying to talk to me.
Stranger danger.
Together, the 4 of us do our bits to fight off the hordes of the undead. Well, I'd say the 4 of us.
Terry, you can think.
You just stood on the fucking car the entire time.
I give the zombie veterans a sack of fuel, then drop the sickest molly throw you've ever seen.
Oh, I missed.
Bad Molly, bad Molly.
It come up short.
Gratefully, my second attempt was much more successful.
Jay.
Yeah?
Jay. Oh, we're just cheering you on, buddy.
Oh, right. Okay. So you would literally just waited. Okay. Yep. No worries.
That's a Now it's time for the biggest baptism of fire since that smoking priest Mr. Holy Water for kerosene. It's time to take on a black plague heart. And it's fair to say things don't go well for anyone involved. And seeing as I'm the one with the heavy weapon, I decide I should be the one fighting the heart while the 3 boys keep the hordes off me.
So it takes 14 heavy hits like this to get 1 phase. And we gotta do that 3 times.
There's so many!
Their screams of suffering is almost unlistenable. Then I heard the distinct noise of a combustion engine burst into life.
Are you using my only vehicle right now?
I complete the first phase in record time, then head outside to see the mess.
What the bloody hell's going on out here?
While I'm doing my best to mitigate the disaster, Matty gets annihilated by a blood feral. So I whip out the old assault rifle and get to saving lives. Meanwhile, I notice someone, mentioning no names, has the best seat in the house. The feral turns his attention onto my car, my only car may I add, and while I am able to deal with the feral, things aren't looking good for an escape plan. But that's a problem for the future. And right now I need to hashtag live in the moment. And who'd have thought having 3 pieces of mobile cannon fodder, friends, 3 friends to help distract the hordes. I almost completely take down the second phase, that is until Matty delivers some devastating news.
Oh yeah, this countdown. Sorry, I didn't see that.
What's your countdown? I got a cure.
24 seconds.
Oh yeah, you're fucked. Yeah, there's not really much point in me trying to fix that, is it?
Matty sadly succumbs to blood plague, something I won't be saying just once in this video. Then a juggernaut makes his appearance known.
Oh, bollocks.
I leg it to the safety of the pharmacy just as Matty spawns back in.
Right, I'm back, but I probably shouldn't be here.
I get a couple more hits onto the heart while Joe tries to talk Matty onto the roof of a car. But as I go back outside, I realise there's more than one juggernaut in the vicinity. And as I climb onto the roof to chill with Terry, Matty gets infected once again.
You got a countdown again? Dude, are you trying to hug the fucking things?
He hit me. I was on top of the car, but he still hit me.
I quickly complete the second phase of the plague heart, then drop a cure for Matty. And then we both get chased away by a big boy. Although unfortunately Matty's not the only one who's been infected, I now have to give my final cure to Joe. Terry on the other hand is still living life. Me, Joe and Terry are completely safe on the roof of the pharmacy where the plague heart is, although we are completely surrounded by the undead, meaning it's not feasible to finish off the final phase. Matty has also found sanctuary, although he's in an old petrol station across the road. So it's time for another one of my strategic master plans.
This might seem harsh,
but every great leader has to make a harsh decision from time to time. And I'm also just figuring out now as I'm doing research for this very joke, that every great leader also has a side project of being a massive So I'm gonna make it my side project to be slightly less cunty than my predecessors, which should be quite simple to do, just don't take part in any kind of genocide and I should be good to go. However, you may occasionally have to work on a Sunday, and sacrifice your firstborn son in the name of Scientology. Anyway, enough ramblings about my future as a cruel dictator. Dictator. I get Matty to climb onto this chemical container where he'll be completely safe, and hopefully have him distract the 4 juggernauts. I get him to make as much noise as possible while I head to deal with the final phase of the play card.
Wait, have you still not done the play card yet?
Oh, I'm sorry. I've been a little bit preoccupied, in all honesty.
Matty does his job well as I get back to the play card completely uninterrupted, but it's not all good news.
Oh, shit. We get it sieged.
So we're gonna have to take this final phase pretty quickly. Joe agrees to come and watch my 6 while I beat this hard sack of meat, but while I'm battering away, Matty spawns right behind me, and it really wasn't a good time for that to happen.
Oh god, this feral! Matty, run! Why did you spawn there? Did you die again?
Sadly, we never got to the bottom as to why Matty respawned next to me, so the tale of the teleporting ginger lives on in State of Decay lore. Most would assume the tether system maxed out due to the limited capabilities of this game's multiplayer, but that's not what I believe happened. I see it as Matty teleporting to me, as him taking one for the team, diving in front of a crack-infused bullet, if you will. What a man. Long live Matty. I go back to bashing the heart, but it's actually residual Molotov damage that gets the final kill. But whatever, good night, you sack of shit.
So, basically what we need to do now is run.
Especially as my base is less than 6 minutes away from being sieged. My plan is to grab the pickup and get Joe and Terry to jump on it from the roof, then go pick up Matty. Unfortunately, 2 fat shits didn't like the sound of that plan. And when I say they didn't like that plan, I mean they really didn't like that plan.
You know what? I think we'll abandon the car and just run back to... Oh no! I got plague! Oh shit. That's not good.
Last time I got an infection from 2 guys that size, I had to be on antibiotics for 2 weeks. And unfortunately, I can't just pop to the local pharmacy. 3.5 minutes remaining. Having given both Joe and Matty the only 2 cures I had on me, I've got to make a dash across country to save Stuart. 3 minutes remaining. We've also got 4.5 minutes until our base gets sieged. But in all honesty, that's not the only problem we're facing.
I have... Oh my god, there's a feral. There's a feral. There's a feral.
There's also a stream around here somewhere. Yeah.
Right, we've got the feral.
The first wave of the siege has gathered at the edge of my base. 2 minutes remaining. I make it through my back door and get to my supply locker. And grabbing my final cure, I put an end to my suffering with 1 minute 50 seconds remaining. However, our problems are far from over. We still need to fight off a siege coming from 3 directions. And the only thing I managed to grab out of the supply locker was a single molly. And, well, that's already been used up. So I'm basically just relying on loud ammunition that'll probably just draw in more. I take out a blood feral, then the rest of its wave. But unfortunately, that was not enough to keep Joe alive, which means I've now killed off 2/3 of a YouTube channel in 15 minutes without a sexual misconduct case or without using a racial slur.
This is only the first wave, by the way.
The chaos that ensues is like nothing I've ever witnessed. The undead flood in from all directions. The fight is long, hard, and seems to have the stamina to last the entire night. Something my missus can only dream of.
Just kill everything.
Yeah,
kill everything you can.
Yeah, take that. Yeah.
Terry, switch character. Yeah, switch character.
Right, all we gotta do is clear out the remaining zombies. We done it, we done it.
Oh, you naive fool. Just clear out the zombies. And just when you thought it couldn't get any worse.
Juggernaut incoming.
Oh no.
That was like a bad oh no, right?
Yeah, there's a juggernaut incoming apparently.
That was a we're all gonna die.
Oh, I
on
see. There's a bloater. There's a bloater.
I head outside to pop a bloater, which completes the siege.
Go
I
see.
didn't want to brag at all, but I feel like that was all me.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
Thanks, man.
But now it's very much time to get out of here as we have 4 juggernauts approaching my perimeter fence. So I stick a waypoint onto my landmine protected outpost and get to running, seeing as my only working car was left behind at the pharmacy. But if I'm being honest with you, I probably didn't explain the plan very well to the boys.
Terry, do
Should
not
we
go
all
out
be
there.
panicking?
Don't go out
I feel like we should be
there. We
panicking.
should panic. We should panic. We should panic. Do not. No, Terry. No. No, run this way.
Yeah, I'm sorry boys,
Am I
I've sort
dying?
of abandoned you in some ways.
It's okay. Me and Terry have abandonment issues from our parents. It's fine.
Me and Matty get to the safety of my outpost, but Joe and Terry are nowhere to be seen. But it's fine, I'm sure they're not currently being ripped in two by a pack of juggernauts or something. They're probably alright. Anyway, one of my outposts has become infested, so I leave Matty alone in the landmine field and I go to sort that little bugger out. So I rock up at my spot, a bloaty boy blows in my face, and I burn everything alive. And with that sorted, I head back to meet up with the boys. And as I get back, it seems that Matty's been doing a bit of sightseeing.
Did you think like my advice wasn't that good, so you decided to take extra precautions by climbing up the tallest thing you could?
No, I like to explore sometimes. That's all it is.
Then once me and Matty have thoroughly tested out the landmine field,
Oh, there's another get feral! Dodge, Matty!
Ah, Jesus.
Oh, Jesus.
I decide to swap characters to Shannon, seeing as she's the least damaged, although she isn't an athletic queen. Then once the four of us have regathered, I call in a car, and we crack on to attack our next player card. But this time it's the middle of the day, so it's going to be so much easier. After parking up strategically, I explain to the boys the plan. It's the same plan as last time, but hopefully on this occasion it goes considerably better. With the boys in position, I move in and start assaulting the heart, and remember their job is just to keep all the hordes off me, with him being the exception apparently. My unathletic queen quickly runs out of stamina and I head outside to take refuge on the car, just as Terry is being chased away by a blood feral. Thankfully he manages to escape the jaws of death and also make it onto the roof of the car. I take out the blood feral, then crack on inside. And the boys are doing a great job of holding off the hordes from the front, but their backdoor guarding needs a little work. And speaking of work, so too does Shannon's cardiovascular. So I head outside to regain my stamina, but unfortunately we get interrupted by another 4-pack of juggernauts.
Oh, now's time to retreat. Now's time to retreat.
Unfortunately, the feral makes the retreat a little harder. I decide to try and lure them away in order to save the vehicle, which goes well.
Shit! No!
I manage to escape the clutches of death and Joe attempts a rescue mission.
Okay, I'm trying to. I'll go. Oh, shit.
Next up is to rescue Terry, but that doesn't go too well as he gets bit.
Reverse. Take him out with the arse. That's it.
And as good as a plan hit and run is, another feral appearing means we've got to abandon Terry for the sake of the group.
Get in!
Oh, God, I think we hit him.
And with 2 juggernauts approaching, we once again got to abandon someone for the second time within 30 seconds.
God,
Quick!
God, what are you doing? Why'd you run past? Matty! Get in! Get the fucking car!
Well, I'm falling through the map.
With Matty now hanging out with Hades, we turn our attention back to Terry, who has contracted blood plague for the first time. And with that going just about as horribly as possible, we're forced to do another retreat back to our landmine field. Although we still have no idea where Matty is. To be honest, I don't even know if he knows where he is. He eventually rejoins the game, and now I feel it's time to head back to base. But there's still 4 juggernauts hanging around the perimeter from earlier this morning, and I'd rather not have a repeat of that siege, so it's time to lure them away with a pickup. Even if Joe did offer to sacrifice himself for the good of the group. And if you're new around here, you won't know this, but I'm perfectly okay with the occasional smidge of human sacrifice given the right time. But seeing as he'd be ripped into almost immediately, then I'd have to use the pickup anyway, it's probably best to save the sacrificial lambs for later. So I lead the juggernauts towards a safe area, then circle back around to enter base from the other side.
I don't know why, but I thought that was a zombie there. I was gonna say kill it.
That's my person.
I take over as Hastings, and seeing as we have the well-oiled machine curveball active, I make a ton of mollies for a much reduced price. We then decide to pay a visit to a wandering trader to see what goodies we can pick up. And I certainly don't risk any of our lives en route.
Whee! How's the breeze back there, Tez?
It's very nice. Very refreshing.
Then as we arrive at one of the potential locations, Joe gets out prematurely and I accidentally back over him with the car. Thankfully, we chose the right spot first time, and I sell Silvio a load of shite. And that's the great thing about wandering traders. They have 2,500 influence, so I can sell them all manner of redundant shite.
Oh, God, Matty just closed the door on me.
Sorry. I panicked, okay? I panicked.
And as is usually the case in this mod, a simple trip to fulfill our capitalistic needs escalates very quickly. The 4 of us fight hard against the hordes that quickly gather. Well, I say the 4 of us. I've noticed this has started to become a bit of a trend. But don't worry, it's not for long, as we have another horde of juggernauts coming this way. And it seems like they're getting smarter.
Matty, behind you!
They may have flagged Matty, but they've also turned on our getaway vehicle.
Stop hitting my car, you pricks! No! That's a brand new one! Oh, honest to God, I've never been more assaulted in my life. This is bad. Oh, shit. Well, the car's on its side, the team's scattered, and I'm carrying a bloody chair in my back pocket. So I'm very heavy right now.
And to make things even worse, a feral's decided to join the fun. Thankfully, I'm able to quickly dispatch him.
It looks like the trader's dead.
Then I realise I'm actually able to flip the vehicle. Just another feature I always forget about.
Oh, green nick his shit.
Well, at the moment he's being used as a chew toy, so I'd say no. Oh my God, there's 5 juggernauts surrounding Matty.
Not wanting Matty to become that petite blonde girl on the sofa, I attempt another rescue plan.
Jump. In. Oh, God.
Don't let me.
Oh, no. I said I'd never leave a man behind.
I pick up Joe and Terry, then immediately get the car stuck in a ditch.
Oh, that was not smart. This is not good.
Joe doesn't believe I can get us out of this situation and uses his survival instincts to escape. Probably the smartest thing any of us have done all video, to be honest.
There we go, we're out. No, we're not.
Except in defeat, I do something I really didn't want to do, using the radio stuck command. Me and Terry teleport to safety in the car, which completely abandons Joe to deal with those hordes.
I believed and it worked out.
I make my way to go and collect him, but this time I'll make sure to avoid any rocky drainage ditches.
Also, don't want to panic anyone. We're getting low on fuel.
But for now, we need to collect Matty, who's being chased across a pond by a juggernaut.
Hey, man.
Get in the car.
Matty.
Get in the car.
Oh shit, I've hit him again.
Thankfully, we picked him up right next to a jetty of sorts that we can loot fuel from. So after a quick top up of fuel, we can then make our way over to another trader. This time a wandering trader. We rock up and quickly dispatch any of the knobheads around us.
That's what we need, boys. Working together like a
Yeah, we
unit
did
like that.
really
Look at
well
that.
there.
I'm then finally able to sell all of my shite to the trader. Then I purchase for myself a 50 cal, an AK, and a Hanken ammo press. I also take this opportunity to collect as many ammo sacks as possible. I then drop the supplies back off at base, and after pinching a toolkit from one of the boys, we head off to take on more playcards. Starting with a little tactic called If I Can Cheat It, guess what I'm gonna fucking do. I park up, making sure to block the only entrance to the playcard. Then after struggling to explain to the boys that we're completely safe as long as they follow me,
No zombie can get to us right now.
so we then team up on the big bastard, slicing and dicing as we go.
Yeah, it'll be so much quicker. Look at this. 4 of us. That's 4 boys working together.
But I may have forgot to explain to them what happens when the heart phases.
Now run. Oh god, everyone's on fire.
But unfortunately, the flames are the least of the concerns for one of the team.
I'm sorry, mate. I didn't realize you were that close to death.
But to be fair, I do believe that's the first time he's died in this video, so go in, Terry. We then take down the final 2 phases with no more issues, but unfortunately our exit strategy doesn't go as smoothly.
Oh, bollocks.
The car might have burst into flames, but it's not the end of the world, as I collected a toolkit from the play cart just moments ago. So all we gotta do is deal with this horde nice and quietly, so I have the time to whip out my spanner. Firstly, I tried to lead the hordes around the back of the barn, but while I was dealing with that, Joe had a small interaction with a blood feral. Obviously, I deal with him pretty simply, but those gunshots are just gonna trap more knobheads. I really need to get this car fixed immediately. The car might be fixed, but I can't risk attempting another escape, as if the hordes latch on again, we're seriously screwed. So my plan is to attack the heart next door, which should draw all the zombies to its defense, giving us the time we need to escape. You could say that plan worked out a little too well. I then get to the car and manage to pick up Matty, and at this point you might be wondering where Joe and Terry are. Well, don't worry, they're absolutely fine.
So, boys, I know you're sat on top of the silos, like, loving life and that, but would you like to, like, get the fuck out of here?
I collect the boys, then we head to deal with a siege site, seeing as getting sieged every single session is starting to get really old, really bloody fast.
So, we need to take care of this orange
I
thing.
know I'm ginger, but come on.
A feral then charges at us from the siege site, and its glitchy attack is extremely effective to say the least. I ditch the car next to the siege site, so hopefully when he explodes, he'll take some of the undead with it. Unfortunately, Matty then dies for what I believe is the 3rd time this video, but taking out this blood feral at least softens the blow a little.
Oh, I just got a grenade launcher.
I then turn my attention to the siege site, blasting one of 2 screamers in the face. I also grab a shotgun and fuel bomb from the play cart husk inside, and immediately use the fuel bomb when a bloater pops in my face. I then take out the final screamer, ending the siege site. I then abandon the boys and run straight back to base, as Hastings isn't exactly in a condition to fight. But don't think bad of me, both Matty and Terry also abandoned Joe, so it looks like we're gonna need another rescue mission. I grab everything I could possibly need, including a toolkit Matty was kind enough to give me, and I head back to try and save Joe. And apparently I created my own theme tune in the process. But gratefully it seems that Joe has actually rescued himself, and it's like, alright, fair enough, you're an independent man who don't need saving, but I needed a damsel in distress story to guarantee me an Oscar. Next time, Joe, don't be so bloody selfish, alright? I then install the handgun ammo press to the workshop, and take advantage of the well-oiled machine curveball we have active to craft myself a ton of cheap handgun ammo. I then creep my way back to the pickup and get it repaired, and now finally the squad is in fully working order. Well, from my point of view it is anyway. While I wait for the boys to arm up, I take down another siege site that's formed, then turn the fire truck fueling station around the back into an outpost. I then activate the landmines, which will hopefully help with the sieges, but then Terry delivers some terrifying news.
There's a juggernaut in the base.
What?
A juggy just came through the gate.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
So I rush back with haste, thinking not just the boys, but the entire community is about to be slaughtered by this foul beast. But to be honest, they pretty much sorted the issue before I got there. It's great to see the boys are starting to learn.
He's now one with the game.
We then take a moment to enjoy the little things.
Look at us. Just the boys watching fireworks.
A couple of guys.
Looks like my first time.
Wait, what?
Then with that moment of calmness past, it's time to get back to work. We make our way back to the playground we ran away from earlier in the day, and with the boys acting like walking meat shields, I initiate the assault. And that means with all the undead focused on them, I can very quickly complete the first phase of the playcard. In fact, the second and final phase come just as easy.
Heart is dead, baby.
But that gives me an idea. That was without a doubt the easiest way I've dealt with a black heart. Cheating aside, obviously. So what if I continue to abuse our friendship and use them as further distractions? With that in mind, we head north, as there's 2 plague hearts right next door to each other.
I just realised I did not bring anything.
Back to the base.
Yeah, I've got 1 plague cure and that's it. Any fire? No spit ammo.
Self-proclaimed professional gamer by you, by the way. What an absolute bloody moron. So I head back to base, grab all the shit I need, then head back to the site of the plague hearts. We head in to start our assault and have a little sing-song while we work.
Just a small town.
I was
Lonely world.
midnight train.
We're attacking this thing?
Yeah.
Anyway, enough of that, as our rendition was so on point, YouTube systems thought we were abusing copyright laws. And I like my ad revenue too much to share it with millionaire knobheads. Anyway, me and Matty batter the sack and successfully complete the first phase. As I sit in the corner waiting for the gases to dissipate, the boys take care of the zombies. Unfortunately, Matty dies once again while I start the second phase, and that's unfortunately his entire community wiped.
I'm trying to keep him distracted with the taunt. Terry, can you taunt as well over on your side?
Well, boys, I'm be honest, you're doing a fantastic job because there was absolutely nothing around me.
Hey, it's what we do, dude.
And with that, I complete the second phase of the playcard. And with the boys doing such a good job at distraction, it's not too much longer till I end the entire thing. But what were they doing that was doing such a great job at distraction, I hear you ask? Well, it turns out they were just stood on cars screaming dead wanker at all the zombies. Well, if it seems stupid but works, then guess what? It ain't bloody stupid.
Right, I'm going in, boys.
Even if Stuart is bloody shattered. The first phase comes without me seeing a single zombie, and the second phase isn't too far behind.
Did you kill it?
Well, it's done 2 phases.
Okay.
So, you're good, boys. You're good, honestly, right? I've never had teammates as good as you.
You're just saying that.
I feel like I'm saying that.
Well, to be honest, I don't really get teammates very often. People tend not to like me, in all honesty, so. I know. I don't know what it is. Apparently something about my personality, but whatever.
The boys continue doing an excellent job of standing on the cars and distracting, while I take the final blow of the playcard. So now we just need to escape safely, but seeing as the boys are surrounded by like 50 zombies, that could prove to be an issue. So I drive the car over to them, and the undead really couldn't give a shit about me. Oh fuck. Sorry, just had a flashback to my childhood for a second. But don't worry boys, I have a plan to save you, or burn you alive. But they're one of the same.
Once you get a gap, run for it, boys.
They get in the car just in the nick of time to avoid a blood feral. We then circle around the block to collect Matty, who has just created an entire community to rejoin us. But as we're being chased by a horde and ferals, we decide to leave him to the tether system.
So maybe it's a right idea to completely abandon him.
Once we get far enough away, he snaps to our vehicle. But to be honest, we just end up getting back to base and leaving the session there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. And also go check out the Ultimate Numpties. All this stuff will be linked in the description. Go comment on as many videos as possible saying that annoying Welsh bloke sent you. Let me know if you'd like to see him on the channel again, and I'll see you in the next one.